Welcome to SayWhat.tv's The Star. I'm your host, Valerie Corpus, and I'm so excited to be part of the SayWhat.tv's team. As a young girl, I knew I wanted to help inspire youth to think big. I'm so glad I'm with you on this journey, showing you that you can be anything you set your mind to with education and determination. But enough about me. We have a great show for you. Say what? First up, the first woman vice president is officially in the White House. Say what? That's right. We're talking about none other than Kamala Harris. Not only is Vice President Harris the first woman to hold the position of VP, but she's also the first person of color. This lady is shattering the glass ceiling for not only girls, but minority groups as well. As the daughter of an Indian mother and Jamaican father, Kamala is paving the way for minorities to push aside expectations and reach for the stars. We can't wait to see what Ms. Harris does in office, and you can bet we'll be keeping you posted on all major news coming out from the new administration. Say what? Now I'm going to have to call you all out for this next story a little bit. How many of you shared your Spotify rap playlist on Instagram this year? Don't be shy, I totally did too. And while I already knew Shawn Mendes was going to be number one on my list, I didn't know the whole concept was designed by an intern. Say what? The end of the year ritual has been going on since 2016, but when the intern, Jewel Ham, pitched the idea of making the whole thing social media friendly and interactive, well, Spotify took off with it. The downer to this story, Ham never got the credit she deserved. But in an interview with Refinery29, she said it's important to take away that personal creativity is powerful and to always know your value wherever you go. Without further ado, it's time to introduce you to a local emerging entrepreneur who took her passion for fashion and turned it into her very own business. Here's her story on what it took.
Say what? My name is Jaswina Legaspi, owner of Gal Fashion and Maximus in El Paso, Texas. Gal Fashion wasn't just Gal Fashion. It was first, when I was 18 years old, I started working as an intern in a fashion boutique here in El Paso, Texas, formerly known as Tres Mariposas. They didn't want to hire me because I had no education, no degree, no sales experience, and I never had a job in my entire life. However, I was very persistent about working there because it was the only store in El Paso that sold high-end luxury retail apparel. So when I went there, they told me no, and I said, well, I'll work for free. So I worked for free there for 3 months until I proved my value, until they saw potential in me, and then eventually I was hired. I worked there for 7 years. I learned the business like the back of my hand. At the age of 25, I decided it was time for me to do my own thing, so I opened Gal Fashion. So I think it's very important for young people to learn how to do internships for free, to prove themselves, to sacrifice versus expecting, top pay at the beginning, because you have to learn the industry first. You have to work for it, you have to earn it. And business owners really appreciate that, because if you're willing to start from the bottom to go up, then you will have a place in that company for the future. COVID. Just kidding. I mean, I've had lots of challenges. There's tons of challenges, but for sure COVID was the worst because, you run your business a certain way. You buy in advance, a year in advance. So last year I went to Italy. I had done all of my purchases for the year for the store, not knowing what was going to happen, right? So a pandemic happens, and of course people don't want to buy $800 gowns and $500 shoes. Like, we're in the middle of a crisis. So for me, that was a huge impact to my business. So I think that I'm a local business, so I understand what it feels like for the hardships and the downtimes. So I personally believe in only supporting other local businesses. So I eat at local restaurants, I buy from local grocery stores. I try to really support my people in return so they can support me. And we really need to unite, because El Paso has all the potential to be the next Dallas or San Antonio, but we're not growing because we don't support each other. So it's very important for me to collaborate with my fellow entrepreneurs, and we learn from each other. To me, it's not about having multiple stores, it's having the best store. So I would like to be like the next Saks Fifth Avenue of El Paso. I would like to carry bigger brands, more things. I don't need to have 100 stores. I just want to have one amazing store. I just want to continue the legacy of what's going on because it's great. People love shopping here. People come and hang out here. We do great events. We dress celebrities. It's a different niche. So yeah, I just want to keep going.
Say what? Such an inspiring story, and she shared such awesome advice. We're almost out here, but first, a special thanks to our sponsors for making SayWhat.tv possible. A quick shout out to STTE Foundation, the Council on Regional Economic Expansion and Education Development, CREED, for their generous support, and West Star Bank. If you would like to help support SayWhat.tv, please contact us and follow us on social media. Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Star. I'm Valerie Corpus, asking you if you say what, we say what. Say what?